Hello, guys. This is Jay Takashi here. I'm here to bring you guys my Data Live Season 4 review. And can I just tell you that this series has been continuing to impress me every season that a particular piece of it comes out. I cannot tell you how great season 4 is. And guys, let's get right into it and enjoy the show. Now, season 4 season 4 has a very particularly different start than the other ones. And with all that's been happening from the prior seasons, for one, the introduction of new characters, such as the girls who are on, such as the girls as Makuro and Nia, who are the new girls to be introduced this season. And can I say each girl's introduction was amazing. How they got integrated into the story was just fantastic, and how they blended with the other characters, interacted with them was such a huge thing that had a great success to it. Can I just tell you, I nearly melted in my own shirt when Nia first appeared as Shido. And her whole character, her whole demeanor, aka Nia Honjo here, who I'm talking about, she really had me on the ropes with her personality. And to top it off, like I said, she was kind of a tease. She kind of played with people, but also the main thing that got me was that the Nia Honjo was a freaking mangaka writer. She was a mangaka writer before her capture, and also when she got released from her capture from the DEM. And literally within her first interaction with Shido, trust me, I loved it. Like I loved the little bits of tease of her personality more often than not. And every episode she was with Shido in, it slowly came out more and more. Given the circumstances that befell her, but also how she has an ability that allows her to see so much, like literally see into the future in a sense, to where like she knows the outcomes of certain events. So how she was able to figure out she even said some parts of her life she knew what was going to happen and didn't really prep for it in a regard. She just let it happen more often than not because she was tired of seeing it. It wasn't until she was rid of her said power by Westcott in the series, our villain. She finally felt a sigh of relief that the things that was kind of burdening, the very thing that was giving her ability to do what she did and helped in some regards, was somewhat of a burden to her, and she felt lifted from that burden once it got taken from her. But can I just say Nia is like, there's so many good girls in the series, and I can't get over how good Nia was. Like in her outfit, she is stunningly gorgeous, and in regular nerdy bookworm girl clothes that she looked so adorable. I swear. I literally can't go on enough about how great she is. But overall, guys, like I said, because we're really discussing the characters right now, so I'm going to go over the characters, and I'm going to go over the entire season as a whole, and then I'm going to give you my grade, guys. Sorry about that, but let's get right to it. So character number 1 we went over was Nia, because she was really the first one introduced, and also I think her 4-episode character arc within the start of the with the start of the season was well written, well paced, and you felt that you got to know her a lot. But also, I think what I really loved most about her was how her ability was plaguing her, as I spoke about earlier, more often than not. Because if you know so much of everything, that kind of leaves life. I mean, the unexpectedness of life can never really hit you, and you kind of like you can like cruise on through sometimes, depending on what it is. Nia seemed to be so used to it that it was just like I said, she just got so bored with life, so she decided to be a manga writer. From how I interpret that of her story, of how we got told it, and like I said, and can I just say, another short-haired beauty for the win, along with turquoise blue eyes. Like, thank you. So guys, let's move on to. So guys, we're gonna get into the second character right now. I want to move on to Makuro Hoshimiya. Makuro was an intriguing one. I wasn't sure if I was going to like her or dislike her. She is probably one of the best character designs I've seen, and well thought out character designs too, like Nia and Kurumi. But she was a particular case because she was literally a spirit wandering in space. Literally, Makuro is a space girl that I like to call, and she was just wandering in space, closed off her heart all of to humanity or to anyone, because she saw it as a nuisance and a weakness, and also she had no need for it, because it was just so much easier not to feel because for her it was so much easier not to feel anything than to feel something. And Shido, and then her character arc with Shido really did a 180 on me of what Shido had to go through, more often than not, of trying to convince this girl to open her heart to him, even though she was, like I said, very, very defensive, very, I wouldn't say like cold, but just very like stoic and not caring about who's coming after whatsoever. And through those brief interactions, and also people targeting her, she at one point came at one point to open herself to Shido, which I didn't think was going to happen personally. I think more often that characters who decide to do things, make themselves not feel anything, comes from a place of past trauma and hurt. Makuro clearly displayed that within the series. Yes, that within her character arc, we definitely saw that, and we got the reasons why that was. But I will say this: once the heart began to feel again, and the mind was open, she became a very not selfish character, but a character that became very possessive of Shido personally, because she fell for Shido, but also she saw him as hers, and no one else could have him. And that like I said, and that really showed. But really, more often than not, I think Shido really showed her that there's more. Closing yourself off can never be a good thing, which is why he was able to convince her to open her heart and actually really show her like there are wonderful things to this world. If you close yourself off to them, you'll never be able to see them. So it goes ahead that Shido put a lot of work in the season, but Makuro herself as a girl had what now being full of these different emotions that she never felt before. I mean, after so long, she's willing to see things now. Really open herself to it, other than closing it off. And I tell you, she is a gorgeous blondie, very gorgeous blondie. And not to mention her interaction with Inverse Toka was probably one of the most intriguing, hilarious, and best moments for me. Literally, I can't tell you how happy, how smiling, how funny it was to see her interact with Inverse Toka within the episode of when she erases the minds of the so-called spirits of the other girls, and the other And since they had other personalities within them, well, Origami, Toriichi, and uh, sorry guys, give me a second. Toka, specifically Toka, and that personality showed out. And then, like I said, once Inverse Toka came out, she had an actual desire to go to seek out Shido. But you know, Makuro briefly stood by and protected him and said, you know, this is my guy. You can't do such and such to him. Like I said, they sparred, they dueled over them. And can I say Makuro's combat is one of the most well designed. Like I said, well designed outfit. I mean, well designed combats that I've seen in a while. Like her design, like went from like that purplish to red to red, like red Chinese dress color, and also we also got a sorry about that, guys. We also had an indication of what her specific ability was. She literally had space manipulation with her angel. A couple other abilities on top of that, but the main thing was spatial manipulation. When she was in space the first time, she was able to cause space manipulation and send attacks back at people, but also be able to send attacks towards them. Kind of fitting for a girl that closes herself off, because some of those spatial manipulation voids look like voids, and I think it kind of represented the void that was in her heart, and she shut off. But guys, Makuro was very great. I'm surprised how much I liked her and how cute she was. I didn't think her character design would be, not saying not be good, but be as pretty as it was. Surprisingly. But guys, let's get into our third girl who had the best development, but finally we got the backstory too. And also the best girl of the entire Date Life series. Now, the one, the only, Kurumi Tokisaki. Kurumi. Oh, I don't know. This is going to be a minute, guys. All in all, Kurumi's part in this whole season was fantastic. She had a big role to play at the beginning, and also she had a big role to play at the very last few episodes. When Kurumi came down, she was literally a force to be reckoned with. Literally, when we first got introduced to this character in season 1 all the way to season 3, like trust me, it's a wonder why we love her so much, but also we love her even better. We love her even more in this one. We officially got her backstory to what made her become a spirit. And can I tell you, it was one of the most well done backstories I've seen in a while. To the point of where, like, you never would have thought Kurumi was ever a girl like this, particularly given that she has the ability to make many versions of herself, clones, no Kagebushin no Jutsu. You would think you wouldn't think that she was always like a sadistic person more often than not, or just like, you know, a person that was very who's self-involved in herself and is self-entitled. Well, I wouldn't say self-entitled, but I would say very in herself to know that she has a goal to carry out and she's willing to do whatever it takes to knock it out. All I can say is, without having to spoil it to you guys, you're gonna love her character arc. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna love knowing more about Kurumi Tokisaki, and also you know why she's best girl on the screen. You know why. But Kurumi, if she couldn't be any better in the previous season, she's so much better in this one. I think we have more to see from her, but for now, I'm gonna say this is the best we've seen of her. But her story's not done yet. Definitely, it's not done over yet. and her interactions with Shido, wanting, like I said, her coming to Shido, wanting her to wanting his powers, to find out that she wanted to kill out the spirit of origin, which gave her / turned her into the spirit that she is, so she can end her. Was finally something that we wanted to know what she was trying to go after. Kurumi, I always considered Kurumi an anomaly within the series, but also I knew that she served a purpose for why she was in the series, because she didn't seem like a character that was just here just to be here and look pretty and cute, which she is pretty and cute. God damn, I can preach that all day, but I think it goes ahead to say that she was a vital, integral part of the story for this season. She was very much needed. She wasn't a waste of space, and she definitely stole the show for me, the season for me. As much as Nia, as much as Makuro had enough time on screen, which I'm glad they had a lot of screen time. Kurumi stole that in spades. And the best girl won the season for right now. She saved our boy, and that's without me having to spoil you guys a little bit on what's going on. But guys, I'm gonna get to overall plot. So basically, with all these girls interact within this season to be introduced to Shido, because Shido has to seal the spirits, and you know what he has to do. If anybody has watched season 1 to 3, you have to watch all 3 in order to know what's happening in season 4, and also what type of characters you're going to be diving into. But what can I say? This like I said, this season 4 has been crazy. Westcott literally coming out and on his bad guy shit, and literally like I said, just literally taking spirit's abilities. He literally took one spirit's ability, and it's now helped him to achieve his goals even further. And what's particularly good in this season, is that Shido also got a little bit of motivation from a different version of himself, telling him that he needs not giving in to not help people, but help them. Like never give up on a person that doesn't seek your help, but you know who needs help. So it's it's something to behold when a character is doubting himself and doubting his morals and his philosophy of what he believes in, and then actually being shut down by somebody who didn't want help, but needed help and encouragement from another reality version of himself to give him confidence, to make him stern in his beliefs, to never give up. I thought that was well written for Shido. I thought that was really well done. Like I said, the villain Westcott this season did very good. Like, he was showing more of his devious acts, his plans, what like I said, what he is trying to achieve is nothing short of like trying to rule everyone, or just, sadly in this case, dominate. But what came ahead to me when I was watching the series is that there has to be an altercation between him and Shido at one point. That if Shido's gonna have a full-on fight with someone, I definitely believe it will be Westcott. I'm sorry guys, I'm pronouncing his name wrong. But I think the final match of the entire series will be Shido versus Westcott. That almost undoubtedly has to happen, because Westcott is too much of a power. To me, he comes off as a power monger, and he wants to like literally dominate anything in his way. He plans meticulously and you know he's cruel and cunning, but he's very calculated. He's not like a stereotypical villain at all. Oh, and doesn't blurt his plan out. which is, by the way, a lot of some villains do that, but he doesn't brag about it so much. But what can I say? The choreography, the animation, the character designs for this season were top notch. The character interaction was perfection. I got kind of, like I said, we have characters who never have like interacted with each other finally interact with each other, especially the new Sere, that means spirits in Japanese. They literally interacted with characters of prior seasons, and it never felt forced or clunky. It felt rather smooth paced. Like I said, it melded with the story quite well. And within this edition that we got, it was a setup for things to come again. Which is kind of funny because the freaking cliffhanger literally even left me wanting more. But guys, all the characters were great. The story of each of the girls' arcs was great in this season. Just honestly, getting the abilities of the characters explained was very well told out. Even though there was one episode that felt like a filler, but it was enjoyable for hilarious moments that fit well. It didn't feel like it didn't feel like a bad filler. It felt like a kind of like a side episode, but it was still enjoyable. So all in all, guys, season 4 really brought its gay game. And don't get me started on the opening and the ending. The opening over by Tomita, did I get her name correct? But I have literally played that multiple times and I love it. I can't get enough how good the opening was. The ending, I really enjoy it. It's very chill, melancholy, and it's very it has a sense of a laxing. Yeah, it has a sense of laxingness to it, which I mean by you can just sit down and listen to it more often than not while just sleeping, and it can just make you think about things. Over gets you hyped for the opening. The ending gets you relaxed, like time to take a deep breath. But guys, if you guys have not seen the series Date A Live season 4, or seen Date A Live, period, please, I recommend that you go watch and check it out at your own discretion. And also, guys, if you like me doing more videos like these, leave a like, comment below. I will write down and prep for particular series that you would like me to review. But all in all, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's literally my thoughts on season 4 of Date A Live. You guys have a good night. Have a nice cup of tea, and get a good night's sleep. All in all, oyasumi nasai.